All right, what up, people? It's your boy Chig. You are through to the Kombat show. Joining me, as always, on my two co-hosts. A little bit worse for wear, a little bit delicate. Say hello to the people, Ola.
Yeah, what's happening, people? Yeah, man. It was a long night. Woke up halfway through it, got mashed up with the family, but yeah, I enjoyed yesterday, man. Yesterday was a good day, man. Yesterday was a good day. You know?
And also equally as delicate is my boy Will. Say hello to the people, Will.
Hello, people. I was with Ola, so everything Ola said, same here. Everything Ola said, same here. I feel the same way Ola feels because I was with him all night. And proper 12 is proper 12. It's proper, my people.
That drink's gangster.
It's strong.
I bet it is. Ola, quick bit of homework. I think I'm hearing like an echo, like from your side.
Oh, hold on.
Just so.
Yeah, one second.
Myself.
Put your earphones in, like you tell me all the time.
But hopefully everybody is seeing us in the chat. I didn't get around to tweeting it out as early as I normally do. But please do stick a like on this video. It helps people notice the show. And as we start to talk about the show, you guys will hopefully pay attention, hopefully agree with our assessments on the match. And I lost a lot of money, as Will hopefully text me this morning. Yeah, I lost a lot of money. I was hoping that the last fight would be able to cancel out the last fight and Ola would just give my £20 to Will. And that never happened. But first and foremost, I have to say fair play to Dana, man. He was brave. It was very, very brave to say, you know what, I don't care about this COVID stuff. We are pushing ahead. And then when Jacare pulled up, you saw, my gosh, okay, this could torpedo the whole tournament. So no, we are pressing ahead. And put on a great card. And to be honest, yeah, I missed the crowd. I think the crowd would have been amazing during that last fight. But to be honest, I didn't miss the crowd that much.
After two fights, you were just zoned in. You didn't really care what was going on. After two fights, you didn't really care. The first two fights, it was kind of strange.
In a sadistic way, I kind of liked hearing the punches and the connection and them talking to each other in the octagon. It made it a little bit more real. Does that make sense?
My funniest bit, yeah, was I think the Cowboy fight where they were saying, I think DC or someone said, Pettis keeps doing whatever I said, whatever I'm saying. Yeah. Do you think you can hear us? Yeah. And then the other guy went, yeah. Dude, I've taken my earphones off and I can hear you. Yeah. They definitely can hear what you're saying. Yeah. Because the fighters were doing exactly what he was saying. Do you get what I'm saying? And he was like, Pettis is doing it's like he can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear? And he was like, yeah. John Anik, I think, went, I can hear you guys. Like from over here. Do you know what I mean? So they can definitely hear you. So yeah, that was a funny bit as well. Then they started kind of whispering, kind of like they kept it down, kind of whispering. It was funny.
I loved it though. I loved it. It was raw, unadulterated fighting. And
exactly. That's what you get. Do you know what I mean? All the antics, put the antics away, the eye pokes, whatever it is. You see, now when the crowd's not there, people don't play up to it then. Do you know what I mean? When the crowd's not there, people don't play up to it. Eye pokes, they're fighting on. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was a different kind of feel to everything. When the crowd wasn't there, it was real. It was just a fight. No antics, no crowd. It was great. It was a great night. Great night.
How about you, Ola? I know you're a bit of a traditionalist when it comes to this MMA stuff. Did you like, or I won't say did you like, let me put it a different way. Did it bother you that there wasn't that there wasn't any crowd there?
I mean, we got to take into consideration, the current circumstances, why there's no crowd there. And having said all of that, it was it was better. Well, I wouldn't say it's better because I still think the crowd atmosphere is a variable, isn't it? It's just something to factor in. So to me, it's just the mental state of the fighters. Are they prepared to fight without crowd? What kind of state of mind would they be in? Do they lock them? Do they zone themselves out? If the crowd wasn't there, was the crowd being absent? Help, for the fighters. But as far as I'm concerned, it didn't make no difference because, like I said, I've watched 9 seasons of The Ultimate Fighter, and it's usually like that. All the fights are like that. You know what I mean? You don't get no crowd. So when a lot of these fighters have passed through that situation as well, so they're kind of used to it, if you like. I mean, some of them that come from different leagues of MMA organizations, they don't even have that amount of crowd. That 300 people was sat in that arena, to help set up the fight and make the events and that. So there's some lower MMA organization that don't even have 300 as the audience. They probably got the friends and families that come and watch like a Sunday league football team, So, as far as this one was concerned, it was just the state of mind of the fighters. And for me, as a fan, all I wanted was the fighters to do their thing, and boy, did they deliver. So, yeah, fantastic.
Fair play. Okay, obviously there were a lot of fights. And rather than go through the entire prelim, the entire early limbs, and then obviously the main event, what we're going to do is we're obviously going to cover all the main event, and we'll touch on future fights of the prelims and early matches essentially. Okay, so we'll just go through them, and we'll also talk about where I lost money. Obviously, I think I got this right in my picks, which was Ryan Spann beating Sam Alvey. I don't think there was any particular surprise there. Wasn't particularly an entertaining fight. It was what it was. 3 rounds, decisions. And yeah, I went with Ryan Spann in that.
I got it wrong.
Oh, you got it wrong now? Okay.
Yeah,
I just don't rate Alvey. I just don't rate Alvey.
Yeah, I went with Alvey.
I can't remember who I picked for this one, which was Bryce Mitchell versus Charles Rosa. But Bryce Mitchell won this. I think I remember Ola choosing Bryce. Because
I know Bryce from Ultimate Fighter as well. Was one of Daniel Cormier's young boys on the.
You talked very highly of him. I remember.
Then Ola chose him. Then if he's Daniel Cormier.
Yeah, I got Bryce on the paper.
Yeah, he definitely did. He definitely did. I do remember Ola saying something about him. Yeah. And then Vincent Luque versus Nico Price. I must admit, I did not see this fight. I'll be straight up honest. I had a little bit of trouble with my feed. And I was busy sorting it out during this fight. But obviously, I know that Vincent Luque won. Funny enough, that was also my pick. Again, I'm just not a big fan of Nico Price. But what did you guys think of this fight?
Well, at this point in time, during the fight, I wasn't there physically, as Ola would know.
Heavily intoxicated.
Yeah. But also on a mission. But that's it. Yeah. So I didn't watch that fight. Stop laughing, Chig. I didn't watch that fight.
I said no.
So I didn't watch that fight.
Yeah, I watched it back this morning. For me, I thought it took a lot of damage. Vicente Luque.
Who won?
Oh, Vicente Luque, but Nico Price's face was...
Yes! Ola, I got one over you, Ola. I got one over you. Come on.
It got battered, man. I did go for Nico Price. But
you did.
He got absolutely battered. Vicente Luque, he rearranged his face. If you saw what Nico Price and
so how did Vincent Luque
Nico Price and
Ferguson the only
Oh,
Nico Price Nico Price and Ferguson were the only two that ended up going to the hospital, that got transported to the hospital.
Oh,
That's
but
how much
they both needed to.
Yeah, they both got transported. So
they both needed.
What Vincent Luque fucked up Nico Price's face?
Really bad.
Yeah, his eye is fucked. That much I do know. His eye is completely fucked.
Yeah.
So I'm going to need to rewatch this fight as well, because I thought he would lose. I didn't think he'd get smoked. It looked like he got absolutely dismantled. So we'll see. I'll have to rewatch that fight.
Because you know what? Do you know what? Yeah. Do you know what? Do you know what my thinking on that was when I was going into that one? I was thinking, Nico Price, if you watch him, he's always an eccentric guy. It's always an eccentric finish. And it's always maybe he's losing or something. There's nothing great. It's just something just pops up out of nowhere. Bang. Then something happens. People like that, are susceptible to things like this happening to them. As Tony found out.
I was going to just say, that was a very good early prediction for what was going to happen. And
exactly. So, so there you go.
Okay. This match, it also pained me that I did not see it. But I did see towards the... But I saw the back end of this. I saw literally the second half of the second round and then the third round. I thought Waterson was unlucky. I still think she was unlucky, and not just because I think she's fit. I genuinely think she was unlucky. And Carla Esparza won it by a very, very tight decision. She picked it up 28-29 on a split decision card. No, tell a lie. She picked it up 30-27 on a split decision card, which shocked everybody. Like, if she won, it definitely won at 30-27. So yeah, what did you guys think of this fight if you saw it?
For me, I thought it was a really close fight. Energetic, high energy. It was always going to go to decision with these two strawweights. I think when you look at what Waterson brings to the table, there's a lot of agility, accuracy on the strikes. I can't believe. I mean, Esparza's long in the tooth. She's been in the game for so long. You know, she's one of the veterans out there. You know, in that division, the women's strawweight division. But at the same time, she's almost like one of these gatekeepers for me. Which was why I thought if Waterson gets past her, she could start knocking in the top 5, sort of. Start knocking on them doors, you know what I mean? People that are up there. But
she already is.
It's gonna suck for her. For me, I mean contendership is kind of what I mean. Like on her way to asking for a title fight. Because I think if she beats Esparza, with Gaethje and Andrade kind of out of the way, Weili right now, she's just waiting for her next opponent, you know what I mean? Because
it's Joanna.
Oh, we don't know yet. We don't know.
I think Joanna will take a year out, to be honest.
I think she's going to fight Joanna again. I think she's going to fight. I don't know why I feel that way, but
I think they're trying to line up the Shevchenko fight for her. So that's just my personal opinion. We don't know what's going on yet.
Zhang
Shevchenko, yeah. I think that's what they're trying to line up.
That's bad.
I agree. And I love Zhang, but that Joanna fight scared me for a potential Valentina fight, because Valentina is even quicker than Joanna.
I don't think she's ready for a fighter like Shevchenko, man. She's not. She really isn't ready, and I don't want him to kind of rush her too early into this kind of crazy super fights. But that's the world we're in, you know. It's a microwave world. Funny? Everybody wants something instantly.
Before she fought Joanna, all of you thought she'd give Valentina a problem. Before she fought Joanna.
Yeah, I mean, I did say, for me, I didn't really know much about Zhang. I said that before, just before she fought Joanna. I did, you know what I mean? I did put my hand up. I said, yeah, I don't know much about this girl. The way she put herself really on notice for me was when she knocked Andrade. And I was like, God damn, let me go and research this girl.
Yeah, because I remember when we did the show, and I straight up picked Zhang. I wasn't even I didn't even hesitate. And you were like, nah, man, don't sleep on Andrade. I said, trust me. Andrade just finished. And so she knocked him out. And I think that was when you first started to say, okay, maybe this Zhang is the real deal then.
Yeah, you know what I mean? She definitely put me on notice. So I had to go look her up and see.
So who believed before the Joanna fight that Zhang would give because one of you did. One of you believed that
I always thought, no, Valentina's my girl, so it ain't me.
Yeah, Valentina's my girl too.
Listen,
I like Shevchenko. I ain't gonna lie, but like she ain't a patch of my thing. You get me? She ain't a patch of
She beat your thing the last time. She beat your thing the last time.
So what?
She beat your thing the last time.
What officially?
4 rounds to 1. 4 rounds to 1.
What like Dominic Reyes, Big John Jones, yeah?
I always thought she was too big. I always thought she was too big for Zhang, to be honest. She's a big girl. She is.
She destroys Zhang. Zhang should think back down here. She should think about the Roses and all of them. Fug Rose, because Fug Rose can probably give Zhang a problem. Fug Rose is quicker than Joanna as well, you know.
My only thing with Rose, you're right. Stylistically, I think she gives a lot.
And she's
I think she gives a lot of these girls problems. My only thing with Rose is I think she is susceptible to being knocked down, as we've seen. And that's my only thing with her.
Andrade couldn't knock her out. Andrade couldn't find her.
Yeah, but she found her with a slam in the end.
Yeah. I'm on about, you're saying knockouts. I'm on about come on.
No,
right,
like I say,
is it that way.
Like I said, believe me, I'm not saying she's got a rubber chin. What I'm saying is, I just feel with her that she may be susceptible to a huge shot. Like, for example, I would never give her a chance against Valentina, for example. I would never. I know Valentina's the division up, but I'm just putting all these girls in the mix. I would never give her. I actually think she'd get hurt for some reason against Zhang, even though I think initially she'd cause Zhang problems. But I also think that Zhang, we've seen the one thing that girl does have is power. I mean, she didn't hit Joanna that much. We saw what she did to Joanna's face. You know, so that it kind of makes me think to myself.
The disrespect, though, blood. The disrespect.
No,
did you see? Did you see? No. Hang on. No. Chick.
The disrespect, man.
Because Chick, hang on. Because they did an analysis. You
man are trying to whip and bob your way into the disrespecting Joanna again. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Headbutt. It was a headbutt that made their forehead go and went like that. Did you know it was a headbutt?
No, I didn't catch the headbutt. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so it wasn't really Zhang that created that thing. Zhang just hit on it after the headbutt. Do you get what I'm saying? And Joanna got scared after that because she felt, like she said, after she felt that, it kind of was a different Joanna fight. Even though she was still beating Zhang up, she was still hitting Zhang with much. She didn't believe it as much as the first 3 rounds. Do you get what I mean? The first 3 rounds, she was beating Zhang up. Seriously. She was peppering her up. Zhang just caught momentum when the hematoma came out and Joanna looked like she kept stepping backwards and that.
So what, are you saying that Joanna wins the rematch?
What kills me with that is how she spoke after.
Yeah.
Don't worry about how she spoke, man.
No, it's for it to be such a close fight and for her to think she'd already lost.
She's just been in a 5-round war, man. Like, fucking adrenaline is flying everywhere.
Look,
you know what I mean?
She did better
emotions
in that fight
are flying everywhere.
She did better in that fight than she did against Rose in the rematch, yeah? And she thought she won the Rose rematch. Bro,
we seen grown man crying after I fucking got knocked out by and I fuck with DC. I've seen a grown man cry, blood. When John Jones put a beating, he fucking giving that fucking head.
He got finished.
I've seen a grown man crying. He was barley to Dana, man. The man was crying on Dana's shoulder, blood.
Ola. What you about respect, Ola? Look at that. That's some disrespect there.
No, I fuck with DC, man. I like DC.
Ola, listen. he finished him. There's a difference. There was nowhere for DC to go and say anything. He finished him. There's a difference between having a close fight, yeah, and then coming out thinking you've already lost. How many fighters get in a close fight, yeah, and think they've lost? How many? Tell me how many. Everybody thinks they've won in a close fight. Everybody thinks they've won.
But she just seems like that.
She was like, after I got hit, after the thing came on my forehead, she was actually saying, look, she was hitting me. Look, you were hitting her too. What did we not see your punches too? Like, she was acting like she wasn't doing anything. She was doing stuff too. Yeah, we saw her step back, but she was really good.
But she just seems like one of those sort of types. Like, she got well beaten by Rose both times, and she's convinced she won the fight. Today, she's convinced. She had
the reputation.
I think. That's why.
Whereas Zhang, to be honest, I thought she won the fight. To be honest, her face. Well, forget what the way her face looked like.
I don't think so.
I was just gonna say we both didn't think Zhang won the fight. We didn't think Zhang won it. We watched the fight together.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I just said. I said to be honest, I think Joanna won the fight. And
I thought you said Zhang. I thought you said Zhang.
Yeah, you said Zhang. Yeah, you said Zhang.
I feel like, in my opinion, you know, I feel like she was, like you said, she was very harsh on herself. It seems like that sort of character. But like I say, I think because of the way she was talking, you know, she's gone out, she's lost to Valentina, she's had her third title shot, her second unsuccessful chance at getting her title back. She might just take some time out now. Almost in a Dominic Cruz type way. And then come back and make an assault back on the division.
She's coming back for the rematch, watch. But I don't like how she spoke in the end. If she spoke like she was convinced she did enough to win, yeah, then I feel confident in her winning. And how she spoke.
That is exactly why. That doesn't sound like someone that's ready for a rematch, bro. That sounds like someone that accepted that she lost.
But she will though. This is Joanna. She will though. Joanna don't quit yet. And she said she's about to go through. Like, now she's in a better space. She feels like this is down the further. And all the negatives are out of her life. She's gonna fight more. She's gonna fight more now.
But like you say, anyway, we'll kind of digress completely from Michelle Walker. But yeah, she lost that fight. I think for her next, she probably needs maybe a Claudia or something like that. Maybe I think she needs a big, a kind of a high-ranking girl to leap in front of.
She's still young, so she'll still be here. She is
still young. I still think she's got a lot of talent. So I think, you know, like you said, I think she'll still remain a contender. I can't see her ever being champ, but I could see her remaining a contender. Also, Oleinik, I should say, versus Werdum, which was a fun fight.
That was a war.
Fun fight.
We watched that one.
We argued about this fucking fight. Yeah, we was arguing back and forth. But yeah, I'll let Will go first. Or actually, Chig, let's see what you think about this fight, man.
I mean, the fight started with Oleinik started very quickly. Throwing heavy haymakers, and Werdum, quite frankly, looked rusty as fuck. And then Werdum started coming back into it. I think it was a surprise because everyone just assumed Werdum would have the better stand-up. And that didn't look like it was happening. Actually, Werdum's success was every time he was trying to get Oleinik to the ground, he managed to successfully take him down and then just wrap him up in jiu-jitsu. But couldn't quite get the last part of his submissions on. Tried arm bars, tried Kimuras, tried everything, but couldn't quite get it on. To be honest, maybe I'm more of a fan of the way a fight finishes. I actually gave the decision to Werdum in my head. I thought, okay, maybe he might have done enough, because to me, I know he started the fight terribly, and I think definitely lost the first round.
Ola, are you listening? Please.
He started the fight terribly. I think you have to be honest. He started the fight terribly. But I actually thought he finished the fight very, very strongly. And actually, if it was me, I would have given a nod to him, in my opinion. And the weird thing is, I think Oleinik got an undisputed decision, didn't he? He didn't get a he didn't get a split decision.
No, it was.
He got a split. He got a split. It was a split.
Oh, was a split? Okay, I was tired. I didn't hear that. So fair play. You got the win.
If you don't move that hand from your ear just now, man, I'll run to your house and slap your hand off your ear. Man. If you don't move that hand off your ear, fam.
Right, what were you guys arguing about?
So he
basically, yeah.
You go first so I can dismantle your whole argument, blood.
Okay, first off, first round, Oleinik won. No arguing. Me and Ola didn't have no arguments about the first
You
round.
got battered.
Our argument is the second round.
Okay.
Argument is because we both agree as well that Werdum won the third round.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't dispute that.
So the second round, what did you
Werdum,
for me?
For me, right? Ola has always made an argument with me about winning rounds. Yeah. He's always said it doesn't matter what you do in a round, as long as a takedown comes in, yeah, he secured the round. As long as a takedown comes in, the guy has secured the round. No matter what you do, right? Ola, have we not had these discussions? Have you not schooled me on this many a million times?
Takedowns does win rounds, yeah. But carry on, your point.
Werdum had a takedown in round 2 towards the end of it. Yeah. Which for me, which Ola said, by Ola's rules, it dismantles everything you've done in that round. And after the takedown, he actually tried to go for a submission after he went for the takedown straight away. It wasn't like he just went for a takedown and towards the end of the round, towards the end of the second round. But he still went for a takedown. Yeah, and controlled it. So for me, that won him the second round, regardless of what happened in the second round.
Okay.
And we all agree he won the third round. So for me, I give the nod to Werdum. That's why I gave it to Werdum.
So you said towards the end of the second round. Now the whole of the second round, Oleinik put some beating on Werdum.
No. Remember.
Hold on. I didn't speak. Mute. I'm gonna mute your class.
You didn't speak.
So shut the fuck up and let me speak, blood.
No.
Hold on.
Because I know you're gonna lie right now. I ain't
even fucking said a word yet, blood. Shut the fuck up and let me speak, man. Yeah. So what?
We watched it again. Nah, because I know you. Because I know you're gonna lie for this bit. Yeah. We watched it again. When he got off, remember how he even sat in his corner. Remember what we said. And then as soon as he got off, what did we all say straight away? Ooh, it looks like this round Werdum's picking up. In the first minute of the second round.
I don't remember saying that.
Oh, you don't remember? I could bring Leo in here and he'll remind us both.
No,
we both said it. You and I both said it.
Can I finish my point? Because nobody cares about what we both said at 7 o'clock. Right?
Yeah.
They cared about what we're saying now.
I remember.
I have the right to change my fucking mind, blood. Now shut up and let me fucking speak.
Ola's moonwalking here. Ola's moonwalking.
Exactly.
Exactly. Let me say my piece.
Exactly.
Why didn't you let me say my piece, fam? Why didn't you let me say my piece, man?
When we were watching it, when we watch a replay of it, and when we were watching it, the guy was like, he wasn't going to tell us who won. Yeah, he'd already seen it, and it was like he wasn't going to tell us who won, and we were trying to judge who was going to win the fight, me and Ola. Yeah, as soon as the second round started, the first minute of it, Ola went to me, looks like Werdum's picking up, and I went, yeah. Looks like Oleinik is slowed down, innit? Yeah. So for him to say Oleinik was peppering him up in the second round, I find that really, really disrespectful. I said really disrespectful.
I said so can I say my piece?
Now you could talk. Go on.
Dickhead.
I run this.
So what I'm trying to say is second round, Oleinik put some beating on Werdum, right? Werdum came in fast, as he always does when he gets into the second round. Boom, he comes in. I actually thought he was going to do one of them flying kicks. You know what I mean? Because he didn't do it in the first round, which is kind of like his trademark. You don't know when he's going to really come. He just come flying kick at you. But you didn't see that. So I thought, all right, yeah, it picked up, come straight in with the jab, but Oleinik switched it up, start fucking. It was finding places to rest, and I think that might have ruined his chances of really winning the second round, because a lot of the times Werdum was trying that guillotine and trying to get that submission on it, but again, Oleinik, he had his hand on the cage, and Werdum actually moved his hand a couple of times while he was trying to find a way to rest. But there went a lot of activity towards the end, and when the takedown came in, I thought, all right, Werdum is going to hold him down there, keep him there to try and win the round with it. But he didn't control him for 15 seconds. You need to be controlling a man down there for 10, 15 seconds when you take him down. He didn't control him down there. But Oleinik came back up. And that's why I think, just on razor sharp, it would have missed out on winning the second round. Because, yeah, takedown does win you rounds if you can control the opponent. You gotta be able to control that opponent down there for at least 10 to 15 seconds. That's the rule. Go look on it. You know what I mean? You can't just take a man down, the man comes right back up and then expect to just win a round off of it, because it technically counts as defending a takedown, if you like. So the sprawl and getting right back up, if you get taken down, it's almost the same as defending a takedown. But you got to be able to control a man on the ground for at least 10 to 15 seconds and show some activity for that takedown to actually count. That's where I think Werdum missed out on the second round, and that's why it came in a split decision. I agree, Werdum actually won the third round, and in that, Oleinik did well defending a lot of the submission attempts that Werdum came with. Werdum came with so many different. He was so pissed off. Will was so pissed off because Oleinik defended everything. And I'm saying you need to go and watch Oleinik's fights and see that he's accomplished on the ground as well. What I didn't expect was the haymakers and the bombs he was throwing at Werdum. And Werdum has a hell of a chin to even stand in there and take those things. So for me, the split decision, it could have gone either way. I wouldn't have been that mad if it went either way when you watch the fight properly. But I think because he didn't control him that much on the ground in the second round, that's what gave it to Oleinik. It was a split decision.
Can I say one thing as Ola's going on? I personally think that Ola control thing was really crap, because when Ola, your argument you made with Amanda Nunes and Shevchenko never, Amanda Nunes never controlled nothing on the ground. When they went on the ground, she got peppered even more on the ground. It was closer. She was just hitting her face on the ground. So she never controlled it, but she still won that round on the takedown. So for that argument of control thing, and even still he had him down for a long time.
Why are you bringing up bullshit? Why are you bringing up bullshit?
It wasn't
Why
like
are you bringing up
He had him down
bullshit?
for a long time. He had him down for longer than 15
He had him
seconds.
down for a minute. He had him down for at least a few seconds.
Yeah.
At least
He had him down.
seconds.
Go and check it again. He had him down for longer than 15 seconds for starters, right?
I checked it again, man. You must be thinking of the third round. No.
The third round.
In the third round,
multiple times.
It took him down and kept him there. He didn't do that in the second round. The second round was fading away.
Ola, go in. We watched it this morning, Ola. Go and check it out. We watched it this morning.
I don't know what you was watching, blood. You know what I mean?
I must admit, I'm with you, because there were two distinct takedowns I remember, and they were separated by rounds. One was when he was trying to go for this Kimura and then an armbar type of thing. And then there was another one where he was trying to get him down, and he was trying to kind of maneuver him, and then Oleinik was trying to like swivel around a little bit, and eventually, anyway, Oleinik got out of it in the end. But it had been it was, because I remember Joe Rogan made this distinct observation. He said, "Oh, that's going to take a lot out of Werdum, the fact that he spent so much time trying to keep him down, and Oleinik slipped out." So that was the third round. That was the end of the second round. That was the end of the second round. I remember that description from Joe Rogan in particular. So I was thinking to myself, oh, okay, was there a time when he sprung up? Because I obviously these fights are on early in the morning, so maybe I misunderstood it. But no, well, there weren't a time when he sprung up. Immediate.
Like I said, today
I'll
we're going
check
to
it- I'll
find out
check
who
it out
the real
again
Michael
and-
Jackson is. Today
I'll
we're
check-
finding out who the real Michael Jackson is.
I'll
Today
check
we're
I'll
going
check
to
it out
find
again.
out who real Michael Jackson is.
I'll revise
Yeah?
it, bro. Your Michael Jackson shoes, man. They ain't nothing like it, man. You know what I mean?
Today we'll find out.
Let's talk about
what?
the first fight where I lost money to William, and that is Mr. Pettis versus Mr. Cerrone. And I ain't trying to sound salty or anything. I think Cowboy did enough. I'll be honest, I did. I thought he did enough. Fight kind of played out how I expected it to play out. I knew it'd be close. But Pettis got the nod. And even Pettis was surprised. He got the nod, which kind of further let me know. And I was like, oh, come on. This is the one fight that I had money on. But yeah, Pettis got the nod. What did you guys think of the fight?
I'd tell you the truth, me, because I won the money. Let me go first. Me and Leo watched that, yeah, and I looked at Leo after the fight and went, "What do you think?" Because obviously money was on it, yeah. And I went, "What do you think?" And he went, "I'll give it to Cowboy. I'll give it to Cowboy." And I said, "I feel that way too, yeah, but I'm just hoping that UFC judges, yeah, really mess this one up. I wouldn't mind if they mess this one up. I would not mind at all if they mess this one up. And fortunately for me, they messed this one up. So,
yeah, they did, didn't they?
Yeah, like I said, I'm with you, but unfortunately, the judges were with me.
Oh man. What about you, Ola? What did you think of the fight?
I was hating. I hated Cowboy so much. I was so pissed off.
I know.
I was so pissed off.
Do you know what he said?
Bro, I was so angry.
Do you know what he said? After the fight? Yeah, this is Ola's line that killed me. After he goes, so where was this Cowboy during the McGregor fight? Where was this Cowboy during the McGregor?
Bro, I see Cowboy taking eye pokes. I see Cowboy taking fucking head kicks. I see him taking all types of shit. And I'm thinking, what the fuck is this? Is this Cowboy had a fucking body transplant or some shit? Like, where the fuck was this Cowboy against fucking Conor? You know, bro, I was seething, man. And I thought to myself, Jesus Christ, I can't believe this is the Cowboy that we needed against fucking Conor.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Agree.
What the fuck was this Cowboy? But you know, the fight was so close. It could have gone to either fighters. They gave it all. Both of them came with it. You know what I mean? Like I said, Showtime Pettis always come. He always come with the action. There was a lot of action in that fight. They both fucking gave it. They gave as good as they got, really. You know, that fight really could have gone either way. But
yeah,
I'm glad it went Pettis' way, because right now Cowboy needs to do a lot to fucking win me over, man, and he's still on the wrong side at the moment. He's still on the wrong side. It's gonna be there for a while, man. You know what I mean? He's gonna be on the wrong side for a minute.
Fair enough. At least he's honest about it. At least he's honest.
I know.
And then we move on to the main card. Mr. Hardy, Greg Hardy, versus Jorgen De Castro, and Hardy got the nod. This is another fight I missed, but I can't remember why.
Ola got the prediction right.
We
both lost.
Yeah, no, you lot said De Castro, didn't you?
No, you and I said De Castro.
Oh, did I say De Castro? Okay.
Yeah, you and I both went for De Castro. Ola went for
yes, I did.
Because we didn't know De Castro, but we went for it because of asthma. We just went with asthma.
No, to be fair, that was that's probably one of the fucking worst fights of the night. In all fairness,
I just saw a lot of fighters criticizing Hardy because that's all these fighters keep giving him, is just grief. The fact that
let's move on. Let's move. Ola, what do you think?
No, I was just gonna say I think Hardy won the fight just on the pressure of losing that many fights on the streak, you know what I mean? So I think he's on the three fight losing streak. So it was a crazy one. But I thought he'd win the fight because they had a lot of pressure on him. Because UFC, they can be unforgiven if you're new like that. Look what they done to CM Punk. You know, he came in kind of on the same kind of level. Like you're an athlete somewhere else, and then they just give you a shot because of who you are. And that's the whole try. That's how he got into the UFC. So if you look at how look how quick they cut CM Punk. If they see that you start losing that many fights like that, and you're not entertaining and you're not wowing the crowd, they'll cut your ass. And that pressure was on him, and he had to win that fight. And that's the only reason I picked him. I don't think he's that great of a heavyweight. I just think he was so much under pressure. Herb Dean was coaching him, literally telling him, "Bro, work. That boy ain't getting up. Fucking, you know what I mean? Work. Punch him in the leg or some shit." Because that brother was just laid there on his back. Castro was laid there on his back doing nothing with the foot up. And I'm thinking, is he going to massage the foot or is he going to fucking, you know what I mean? Because any other fighter probably will get down into the guard and try and ground and pound. You know what I mean? Just try another side to your game. But Hardy didn't want none of it. And that's what I was saying about the Castro's wrestling in the last show, because he didn't want to go down there. In the end, you have to stand him up and they started again. So for me, probably one of the worst fights of the night. But Hardy got the win. And on his resume, that's all that counts for him.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's both. I mean, from what people are saying, it was easily the worst fight of the night. So, like Will says, not really much else to say about this.
Yeah, let's move on.
Compared to the next fight, which was Jeremy Stephens, who got flagged for being 5.5 pounds over the limit, which is disappointing for him because he looks like a very disciplined, well-trained guy. We were talking a lot about the fact that he trains with Dominic Cruz, and both of those guys go ham when it comes to training. And I don't know what happened discipline-wise, but he got knocked out. Let's just call it what it is. All right, TKO, but let's just call it what it is. He was stopped by Calvin Kattar.
You and I were both right, and Ola was wrong. But
yes.
But we were both wrong on how it would happen, though, because we thought it would be from the body.
I thought it'd be a decision. For me, to be honest,
we thought if it was a knockout, it would be on the body. That's what we both thought as well.
I just thought that Calvin Kattar. He looks, to me, I rate the kid. I think he's got something about him. And I just feel like with Jeremy Stephens at this point, he's just got that kind of people respect him, and that's it, and that's pretty much it. But I feel like for me, he's only going to get worse and worse, and I think he's on a bit of a skid now. I think it's a 4-fight skid now. I think it's a matter of time before Dana says, "Okay, you need to win your next one before we start really thinking about cutting you." So, and by the way, Ola, before you say it, I ain't disrespect. That's just the reality of the situation.
No. I'm with you. I was just actually going to drop a couple fun stats on you guys. Jeremy Stephens is just surpassed Chad Mendes' fight time.
He told me right after the fight.
And what's the second one? He's lost the most fights in the whole of the UFC. 17 fights. He's lost the most fights as an active fighter in the UFC. So at this point, they're gonna start looking at it like, okay, this guy is long in the tooth as well. He's been in the game for a long time. He's, like I said, when I saw the Chad Mendes' surpassing the stuff, I said that's a Hall of Famer shit. You know what I mean? Right there, accomplishing that kind of achievement, Hall of Fame. But at the same time, you gotta start thinking, where is your place in the lightweight, in the featherweight lightweight division? Where's your place? Can he move up? Has he got the power to move up and go and do something at 155? Or because obviously with age,
they ain't
cutting that weight.
They ain't gonna cut him because Dana likes them kind of fighters, man.
It's never in a boring fight. He will get knocked out or knock someone out. And we said this morning.
They ain't gonna cut him. That's why
he also likes the best.
That's why they
best.
keep him.
Listen, don't get me twisted. I'm not saying his next fight, but I feel like at some point, I think you guys, he's cut people he likes before. And I feel like at some point he's going to say to him, listen, we need to start winning fights now. Otherwise, this record is looking a bit embarrassing. 17 losses, bro. I think the only other one that comes near him is what is that heavyweight?
Artem.
No, I mean on the UFC roster. What is that heavyweight's name?
Arlovsky.
Arlovsky. There's the only one that comes near him, losses wise. I think Arlovsky's got 14 losses, something like that. So I think it's at some point eventually it will happen, but like you say, I don't know. Maybe not imminently, but I don't think we're that far off it.
Yeah, I just think Dana likes them kind of fighters because he's a company man as well. He'll fight whoever, whenever. You know what I mean? And Dana loves them kind of
that's
guys.
Who Dana likes. That's who Dana likes.
And in this time,
regardless of losses,
where the pandemic is out there and it's so difficult to fucking get fighters to come from abroad and whatever else, while you got one on your homeland right there, Jeremy Stephens, that's prepared to fight anyone. I think Dana would definitely keep him on the books for now.
You know what Dana hates, Chig? Chig, you know what Dana hates? Dana hates, the fighters who lose and then will start making, no, I don't want to fight him. I want to fight him instead to try and get a win. Yeah. He likes those who, if they lose, and he brings a fight to them, they say yes anyway. He likes them. He gives them always a chance because they.
That's why yes. OSP's been around. That's why URI Hall has been around. That's why these guys have been around.
And that's probably why the next opponent, Francis Ngannou, deserves more respect because he should not have taken this fight. I kept saying that this is one fight. All right, see what happens. What I'm next going to say sounds laughable.
No. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. But hang on, with the Calvin Kattar thing, right? Do you know what really impressed me about that fight? Do you know what really impressed me? And I said this to Ola during the fight. I said, Ola, have you noticed he's checked every kick, Jeremy Stephens has thrown? He's checked every kick. Every time Jeremy Stephens threw a kick, he turned his knee round to check it. And even when Jeremy fainted, he turned his knee around. It was like an automatic thing. I could not. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable how he done that. Amazing how he done that. Watch the fight again. Every kick that Jeremy Stephens threw, he checked it.
Well, it's like somebody said. He somehow fought like Tony Ferguson, like old school Tony Ferguson. He did. I like it because I told you this guys this on Friday. I fully expect him to do very well in that division because I thought he was unlucky against Sabit. I thought he was very unlucky against Sabit, and that's why I expected him to do a number on Stephens, and that's exactly what happened. Anyway, my man messed up my segue. Francis Ngannou versus Francis Ngannou absolutely obliterates. I can't even. Rozenstruik. I must admit, going into this fight, I was very scared. And I know that sounds laughable, considering we're talking about a 20-second fight. I was very scared. I was like, why is Francis gambling like this? I get the same feeling I get about Francis taking this fight is every time Dillian Whyte doesn't fight for a WBC title. I think, bro, why are we gambling on this? Why are we doing this? Every single time Francis fights, I get the same feeling, like something bad is going to happen. But Francis, let's forget about the fact that he missed the first 4 attempts. Let's forget about the fact he missed the first 4 attempts because he clearly thought to himself, all right, cool. Let me see what this guy's got. Couple of kicks, couple of little feints. And he thought, fuck this. Step forward. And my man looked like he saw God himself. Went back quickly, froze, tried to duck. Bless him. He didn't realize haymakers will come all day long. Wham, wham, wham. Missed all 4. And I was like, oh no. And then that last one with the left concussed him. And then the rest was just, it was academic. The rest was academic. My man was already knocked out when Francis was still hitting him on the floor.
From the first punch.
That left was, and I just thought to myself, bro, how did you call my man out? And then you didn't think to yourself, this is what he's going to do in the first opening round. Maybe I should cover the fuck up. Cover up.
Cover what?
Cover up.
Cover
There was
what?
nothing there.
What? Cover what? Cover what up?
Bro,
You
at
mad?
least try. At least try to deflect it. Try to deflect it. Try.
Chig, I would like to see you go cover up against
Bro, listen. First of all, I wouldn't be crazy to take a fight with Francis. But
exactly.
if I am, you best believe I'm going to try and cover the fuck up. I don't care if it doesn't do any good. But surely he ain't getting knocked out like that. It was a bad knockout. And who knows, now, he's now 10-1. Maybe that will play on his mind now for the rest of his UFC career now.
Just like it played on Ngannou's mind too.
And there you go. To me, I think it was a foolhardy thing to call Francis' name in the first place. You can see Stipe don't want none of that smoke. DC was sat there like, oh shit. and then DC realized he was caught on camera looking scared. So he was like, oh, come on, guys, you know I'm not scared. DC, I'm sure you'd wrestle him. I'm sure you'd wrestle the shit out of him. But
you gotta get close.
You can't not be scared from that. I'm sorry. Let's just be real here. I mean, whew, Francis, give the man a title shot. At this point, to be honest, I love DC. I think he's had an amazing career. He's earned a rematch more than DC has. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I know Ola said anything, but should I break Ola's little bubble before he starts it himself? Because I already know. I kind of have an idea of what he's gonna start saying.
Go on.
He don't even want Stipe to fight Ngannou. He don't want DC to fight Ngannou. He wants both of them to step aside.
Right? Just be given the title.
Give Ngannou the title, and then promote John Jones up to heavyweight, and then John Jones fight Ngannou. That's
I would be scared for. Listen, I don't like John Jones. I'd be scared for John Jones if he faces him.
Ola wants John Jones killed. Ola wants John Jones murdered.
I'd be scared for him. John Jones, like my man said, Jones better stay at lightweight. Just stay at lightweight. Just do your thing there. Don't step up to Ngannou, please. You will hurt yourself. Because as good as John Jones is, don't get me wrong, he's excellent. But let's be real, these days, he's taking punches. Try taking punches from Francis and see if you're still there.
What I said. That's why I went with him on the prediction. I said, look, Jairzinho's way is like taking punches. Take, and I see what can happen. You can't do that with Francis. You cannot do that. No. The first one he took, he understood why. You can't do that. The first punch he took, he was in space. He was in space before he
could even Well said, Archie. Well said. It's true.
20 seconds. I wear like the whole week. We were like, we can't wait for this fight. 20 seconds. At least give us a minute of it. Jesus. Take some punches. You know what I mean? Take some punches.
I ended up being scared for a completely different reason. I think I put in our group chat, is he dead? Because he was out for a year. He was out for a while, to the point where even Francis is like, "Rah, are you okay? Are you okay?"
So check this out, yeah? Right. For me, this is the first time Ghana has ever been useful in their lives, because we invited the Ghana funeral dancers to come and pick up blood-clad Jairzinho from the Octagon brethren. You get me? You see that Ghanaian funeral dance? Bro, they came to get Jairzinho the fuck out of that place. Like fucking Francis tries to fucking send him up, pour a little fucking, you know, he's sprinkling a little dust on him. I say ashes to ashes, dust to dust. You know them ones. It was lethal, blood. I'm telling you, Ghana was useful. I'm telling you, bro. Yo, them fucking funeral dancers fucking got paid last night. Trust me. It was crazy. Bro, I don't know how. Yo.
Just to make it clear, we of all people, you're dead, Jack, know that Francis is from Cameroon. We're all West Africans. We know. We know more than anyone.
About that meme. We're on
Trust
about
me.
that meme. You know the funeral dancers. You know
I
the
just
people
done
that
the.
carry
I
on.
just even done the fucking tune to
They're
it.
from Ghana. The funeral
Come on,
dancers. They're from Ghana. That's what we're on about. Not
Yeah.
Ngannou. Ngannou.
We're not talking about Ngannou being Ghanaian, bro. Come on now.
Nah.
Come on now.
We're on. Nah, we know that. We know Ghana's Cameroon.
Will he get a title shot? Is my question to you guys.
He's an uncrowned champion right now, man. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
For me,
You don't need. You don't. Yeah, he's the one defending the championship right now. He's the one doing. He's like he said himself. Like he said in the octagon. Look, at the end of the day, as I see as I'm the one actually fighting the number one contender. So I'm the champion. So let's go.
No, notice DC went real quiet around that time. So
Yeah. Yo,
it was like, you're the one holding this shit up.
But hang on. But nobody wants to talk. Like who wants to say anything? Because listen to what he said. Yeah, listen to what he said about Jairzinho. I was going through the internet, and one day I heard this guy wants to beat me up.
I was cracking up.
That's what I said. You know what I said to Ola? I said that's you know what? Yeah, that's a mark of a champion. It's like who's talking about me? Him? Let's go see him. Ain't it all the African brothers talking like that in the UFC? Ain't it just the African brothers talking like that? Who's talking about me? Who? Him? Let's go see him. Come on. Fuck all
in the
this
whole build up to the fight. By the way, the build up, the promo build up was longer than the fight, right? So that's why I remember him more. He was just like, I was minding my own business, and I hear someone calling me out. I was like, Google who he was, and that's all I know about him. I was like, Francis is gangster. That was when I knew he'd win. And as soon as I heard that, I thought, okay, I'm at ease. Because this guy
you know why I knew he'd win. You know why I knew he'd win. Yeah. After the second leg kick, look at his face right after the second leg kick. That sinister. Ask Ola. Ola even had to rewind it back to look at his face.
Yeah, man. It's like a demon took over Ngannou, man.
After the second kick, yeah. Look at his face right after the second kick.
He turned devil. Like, you know what, bro? I'm gonna kill you right now. And he just went in.
The lesson of this fight is leave Francis alone.
Don't talk his name.
Alone.
That's why DC was trying to be quiet. And DC said, I'll wrestle him. DC
don't even speak to him. Just hope that someone beats him and you can mosey on past. Because you don't want that smoke. You don't want that smoke.
I'm telling you, even Stipe don't want it now. Because Stipe got lucky. Even in the third round, Stipe got rocked. This is what I'm saying. Even though Stipe won the fight, in the third round, Stipe got rocked.
Let me ask you guys a question, because Archie has just put something in here. It's made me think, genuinely, no influence. Forget the fact that you guys like Francis. What would you rather see rematch-wise? DC Stipe 3 or Francis Stipe 2?
We like both guys, you know. We like both guys.
I like both guys. I'll let you go first.
Yeah.
I'll let you go first. I'll let you go first, Will.
Okay. You know who my favorite fighter of all time is?
Nobody gives a shit, blood. What would you rather see?
Hang on. It's Cormier. Yeah, all right. Yeah, but hang on. I've got my, like you said.
I'm just fucking with you, blood.
I'm giving you my angle of getting there, right? Cormier for me, is it's my favorite fighter of all time, and for me, he's at the tail end of his career. So for me, I think you should give him the fight and see him out, because that will be his last fight anyway. So give him the fight, see him out. Ngannou's there. Ngannou's gonna be there for the next 10 years. Okay. 5-10 years. Do you get what I'm saying?
This is where Ola accuses you of moonwalking, because I didn't ask you what you think should happen. I'm asking you what you want. So that's what you want. Okay.
DC.
That's what you prefer
that's what I want to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ola?
Yeah, I want to see Stipe DC 3. I think that fight should happen, and then I want DC to win that fight. So if DC beats Stipe, it's out of the equation. DC beats Stipe, he retires. The title's vacant.
Stipe Ngannou. Here we go.
No. So you said DC is your guy, so you want him to lose to Stipe?
No.
All right. So if
he beats him, he retires. If he beats him, he retires. If he beats him, retires, then the belt becomes vacant.
Yeah, Stipe ain't coming right back after he just lost to DC, blood.
Yeah, I don't
It's
think
like
Dana will
for the
give him another shot.
It's like you asking
Dana's
Dominic
not a
Cruz
big
to
fan
come
of
back.
Stipe either.
Like it's just
hang
it's
on,
like
hang
what happened with Cejudo Cruz right now, yeah. So
Hang on,
Cruz
hang
just had a
hang on,
fight.
hang on.
Cejudo wants
If
to win. Hold
DC
on,
retires,
hold on. So if Cruz if now that Cejudo just retired, yeah, and the bantamweight title is just been made vacant. Are you telling me after Cruz has just been knocked out by Cejudo, you telling me that he's gonna go right back into a title fight? No, he can't. You know what I mean? So they have to find new blood to come in there, and that's where I think Francis should step in the same way DC won the light heavyweight championship. It got made vacant. It got made vacant.
Let me dispel
you know
that.
what I mean?
Let me dispel that. Let me dispel that for you. When Conor won featherweight, yeah, and he left and he got relinquished, what was the fight that was made to for the title?
But you're asking the question. Answer your own question, blood.
Frankie Edgar, what's his name? Wasn't it? No. It wasn't even Edgar. It was what's his face? It was Jose Aldo, Max Holloway, wasn't it? Jose Aldo, Max Holloway, wasn't it? For the title, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jose Aldo hadn't fought anyone after Conor. Came back and went for the title fight.
Fam, I need Francis to face New Blood. I don't want him fighting any of them two guys. And that will only happen if Stipe 3 happens. Hold on. If Stipe 3 happens and DC wins, walks into the sunset, Stipe does not get 2 bites at the championship.
He will. They will give it to him. I
don't think it happens like that.
They will give it to him. Because he's a guy who what's his name just beat. And he was a guy who had a title before. He got the title from DC.
I know what you're saying. I'm kind of with Ola here. I feel like if you just fight for the title, and maybe a lot of it depends on how DC wins. So if DC submits him first, second round, he ain't getting no. He ain't getting the third. He ain't getting another title shot. At least not immediately. Not in my opinion. But I feel like if it's a close decision thing, and then maybe DC gets it. Then yeah, it's possible that he could throw Stipe in there. Actually, you know what I think could happen? It depends if Derek Lewis can get another win. It could be a way to remarket Derek Lewis versus Ngannou.
Absolutely.
Because I think
that fight only has to happen on the title thing.
I think you've got to find a different way to attract people back to that fight. I think by putting an open title. And what you market it as that, this is, essentially Francis' chance of redemption, or most people like Derek Lewis as well. Hell, I love Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis and Francis are my 2 favorite heavyweights for different reasons, but I like them both. So I think that's the way you kind of market that, and that could be the way you go ahead with that. But I think Lewis probably needs one more win in order to get him. To get that, because he's the only one in the top 5 that has a win over Francis. So I think that might be the way that they go with that one. But that's just my view. I do agree with your dead Jack. It's annoying because the fight yesterday should have been for the interim title. It should have been 100%. Then at least Francis will feel a little bit better, saying, "All right, I have something." While I wait for the
Stipe's fault anyway. All this is Stipe's fault anyway. If Stipe fought DC back then, we'll be talking about Ngannou now. Yeah. But Stipe wants to hold on to the title and act like a baby. I don't get Stipe, right? Stipe acted like a baby when DC had the title the whole time. For 2 years, did not fight anybody. Yeah. Got the title back. And then I would choose to fight whenever I want to fight. When it started making, come on. Then again, yeah.
That's not what Stipe is doing, man. I'm gonna stick up for Stipe here, man. You know what I mean?
Hang on. Before Corona.
Whoa, why you keep bringing up bullshit? We're in Corona times now, man.
Yeah, before Corona.
Why you keep bringing up bullshit, man? We're in Corona times right now. So before Corona, so what?
Before
DC
Corona,
was injured anyway.
He had the chance.
DC was injured. DC. DC was injured. He came out.
Then
he
he
said
should have
that
fought
himself.
Stipe then. No, he should have fought Ngannou then. He should have fought Ngannou then.
You're dead, Jack. That's the fight I'd make. Lewis versus Blades. Straight up. Just that.
That would be a good fight. That's a good call. You're dead, Jack. That's a brilliant call. That to me, it'd be nice to see that fight. That's a good fight.
Jack's trying to say like who to fight. What's his face? Ngannou.
Yeah.
He's already beat Blade twice.
He's already beat Blade twice. So that's why
even if he's ahead of him, it's not exciting. It's not exciting.
That's why I make one final fight between Lewis and Blade. And then
what if Blade wins? And what if Blade wins?
Then make the third fight. Listen, Blade's the only person.
I don't think the third fight will sell that much though. Like
exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Francis has done him a couple of times, man. Like he done him out silly.
That's why you could argue the exact same thing. Like what the first fight between Lewis and Francis was so terrible. How do you draw them back? You present it as, look, this is Francis's a chance of getting a title. That's all you do. And
I like Blades a lot. Blades is my guy.
The only person Blades has struggled to is Francis. That's the only one he struggled to.
This is how you mark it, Chig. This is how you mark it. Simple, yeah? The first fight was boring because Ngannou didn't want to engage. It wasn't because of Lewis. It was because Ngannou didn't want to engage. Ngannou kept stepping back. That's why he lost the fight. Yeah?
I agree with you, Will.
It wasn't because... So if you see a killer Ngannou, that's how you sell the fight. You just say, look, he's back. That's all you got to say. Look, that guy that you saw back then, was scared. It was scared after losing to Stipe, right? This guy is different now. If he fights me, that's how you might. It's different. I think Derek
Lewis will sell the fight as well. You know what I mean? He'll talk a little bit of trash.
Derek Lewis will do what he has to do.
Yeah, he'll do what he has to do on his side to try and hype up the fight. So that's a good possibility. But I don't want to see Derek Lewis and Ngannou too without something being on the line.
I want to see Stipe Ngannou, man. I don't give a fuck. I want to see Stipe Ngannou.
No, I don't. I don't think that's a good. I don't think that's a good fight for Francis.
Here's the thing.
The champion to take it.
I'm going to respond.
You got to be the champion to take it.
I want to respond to two things that both Archie and Jack have said. I'm going to go for Archie first. I think there's not a lot you can do ultimately if DC wins and retires. So, in answer to your question of what are you a real champ if you've been a champ by default? Well, the champ is not there to defend it. What are you supposed to do? And I think he would be the real champ. I think most people look at Francis and think, there's a champ. Look, if you look at his resume and the people he's beaten, it's hard to take away
and
from.
Even how he acts. Someone
how
calls
he acts,
his name.
how he carries himself, how he looks, how he performs, how he ends fights. It's hard to look at that guy and think, you don't deserve to be champion. I would be very surprised if you were a true MMA fan and you look at Francis and think, nah, you don't deserve it.
Uncrowned champion.
For me, he's an uncrowned champ as well. And I think in terms of DC winning things through eye pokes, bro. I mean, look at half of John Jones's career. I mean, let's be real. Let's be real.
Good call.
Let's be real here.
You and John Jones.
Oh no, I can't stand him. I'll be honest. I rate the talent.
No, not even you. I was on about Ola. But if you hate him,
I rate the talent, but I can't stand him.
I like John Jones, man. You know what I mean?
I rate the talent. I can't stand him.
You want him to fight Ngannou? Great.
I rate the talent. I can't stand him, man. Straight up.
I will personally pay for Ghanaian fucking funeral fucking dancers at that fight when John Jones ends up fighting Ngannou. I will pay them brothers to fucking carry the coffin, brethren. I like Jones that much. I will pay for it.
Oh man. Anyway, we still got 2 more fights to talk about. We're over an hour. Please do still stick a like.
MMA.
Please do stick a like on this video, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. This is the review show for the 249 card. If you just joined us. Let's talk about Henry Cejudo, Ola's boy, versus Dominic Cruz. And listen, for me, whatever you think about the finish, fair play to Cejudo. I thought he completely outperformed Cruz. I thought the game plan was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Because everyone knows that Dominic Cruz is a mover in that octagon. So who'd have thought, fuck this? I'm just going to kick him all night long. And
the legs don't move.
And those legs don't move. And after a while, those kicks took a toll. And I ain't going to lie, Cejudo was giving it some with them kicks. It wasn't even like half kicks. He was swinging the shit out of those kicks.
He was just swinging his foot. He didn't care. Just swinging.
Absolutely. It was, to me, in the end, maybe it was premature, maybe, but I actually thought it was a systematic dismantling of what many people call a GOAT in the bantamweight division. And, for Cruz, brother, you are so good at the analyst position. Stay there. Fuck all this fighting shit. Just stay there. Everyone recognizes you as the best, as one of the best. You've been a champ before. At this point, what is the point? I think Sterling put it best, I think the guy has had his time. Everybody recognizes him as a great. But sooner or later, people are going to catch up. And that's what's happened in this division. That bantamweight division is so stacked. It's so stacked that for at this point with Cruz, I just want to see him retire. Just stay behind the desk. You're a brilliant analyst. Arguably one of the best there. Don't need to do this fighting shit. Just leave it to others. So that's just my opinion, but I thought fair play to Triple Cringe. I thought he did amazingly well. Notice I've not talked about his retirement. I think it's bullshit. As soon as he said it, I was like saying, so you want more money, basically.
Have you seen the press conference?
Yeah, and he let it slip, in that press conference where he basically said, well, if he has it, Dana knows my number. That was what he said. Dana knows my number.
He knows my number, man.
Verifies what I was thinking. Yeah. As soon as I saw, so all of a sudden you're going to retire? I thought, bullshit. So, he obviously wants more money. No problem. I think Dana probably undervalues him, to be fair, because when they were talking about
Dana undervalues them lower divisions. Dana undervalues them lower divisions. The money starts going up from February.
But not even just the lower divisions. I think he does undervalue Henry Cejudo because in this build-up,
all of them down there.
Listen, not just in terms of this fight. When he was talking about advertising this fight, who he was boosting was Dominic Cruz. And in my mind, I'm sat there thinking, hold on, you've got a two-way Olympic gold medalist there, and regardless of what I think about him, why are you not talking about him? That was all I kept sat there thinking. And I thought to myself, okay, so you obviously don't really rate him or like him either. And so that made me think maybe you do undervalue him. And I think maybe yesterday's fight will go a long way to making him think, maybe I have a little commodity. Maybe I should pay him what he deserves.
I kind of disagree with you because I think if you listen to all the fighters who are down the lower division, only Faber from down the division has made money. All of them moan about money. Look at why is Mighty Mouse fighting in ONE FC? Why is he saying he's made more money with ONE FC?
Because Mighty Mouse doesn't have the style. He doesn't have the style. Mighty Mouse wasn't a finisher. He was more of a kind of a John Jones type in how cerebral he was.
Ola.
Yeah.
Mighty Mouse wasn't a finisher. Please talk to him.
Oh, come on. You know what I'm talking about. He's not concussing
his last 5 fights, he finished.
He's not concussing, motherfuckers. He's not concussing, motherfuckers. Listen, I like Mighty Mouse. I like Mighty Mouse, but he's not cerebral. Sorry, he is cerebral. That's the people don't like to watch cerebral. It's just straight up. I like it. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate it. One of my favorite fighting styles is the Mayweather style. But I also am very much aware that people don't like that shit. People don't like that shit, and that's why eventually he had to make the trade that he made. And I feel like that's where the bantamweight division suffers a lot because you don't have a lot of concussive people. A good example of what I'm talking about, right? Dana yesterday in his press conference, right? he's talking about, people are saying, oh, well, if Cejudo does leave, who would you planning to make the fight with? My man ain't talking about Sterling. He mentioned Peter Young. You know why he mentioned Peter Young?
I thought the disrespect.
The disrespect, bro.
The
like
disrespect,
Sterling ain't number 2. Like
do not fucking put Aljamain Sterling as the go-to guy before Peter Young. I thought, fucking hell,
and it's because Peter Young is a concussive puncher. He's the one of the people that comes there and you can see my man is ready to knock your block off, rightly or wrongly. That's what he likes. In terms of Cody, what he liked about Cody was Cody A was a very sharp mover. B, he's super young. He likes super young fighters.
And it causes beef for the promo. You know what I mean? If you can beef to fucking make a promo, Dana loves that shit. He's locking that shit up.
So I feel like for me, I don't know. I think, to be honest, don't be surprised if Henry Cejudo comes back into the game, say he's got a new contract, starts laying on the cringe. And I was so, listen, I told you. Then I probably realized that he has a commodity here because he doesn't want Cejudo to go WWE.
Listen,
and Vince makes the money.
One thing I'm going to say on it,
Cejudo ain't gonna make no money. He ain't someone who everybody goes to watch it. Like, see, that's why I was quiet when you were saying what you were saying about DJ.
So hold on.
Cejudo ain't someone who people actually watch either. It's
what the fuck are you talking about?
The only reason.
What the fuck are you talking about? Like
Cejudo ain't the people he's fighting about, who he's picked to fight. We're all wondering, why is he fighting? Why is he fighting him? Why is he? That's why. That's why we've watched Cejudo during these last few fights. From Mighty Mouse, yeah.
Bro, you've been watching Cejudo, man. You watch Cejudo all the time, blood. So don't go out there, come out here trying to say...
Because of the names he's fought once in the flyweight, yeah, ever since he beat Mighty Mouse.
Wow.
Not even once. He's fought, once, because it was TJ Dillashaw fight. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Everybody else is a name.
So how many times?
So it's intriguing. Obviously, it's intriguing. Other than that, yeah, if he fights his real challengers, yeah, we won't be talking about him. Trust me, because he will be out of there by now.
So when Conor won both belts, how many times did he defend them belts?
Will kill him. What?
So when Conor won both belts, how many times did he defend them belts?
Conor's liked. Conor is liked. Like I said, Conor is liked. There's a big difference. Conor is liked.
Hold on. Yeah? You're talking about man defending his belt once. At least Cejudo defended the belt at featherweight and defended. All right, so
the cringe king. Who's watching him? The cringe king. Who's watching it? It's just like Kobe Covington used to say. Everyone's watching me. Everyone's watching me. Nobody was watching Kobe, but we were still watching him, weren't we? No one was watching, but we're still watching.
No, everybody's watching. Everybody's watching him. So here's my thing. Yeah, here's my take on the thing now. Yeah, I think, like you said, Chig, I'm I agree with you. I think Cejudo is gonna come back. He's got a fantastic manager. This guy, there's enough of them brothers in that under his umbrella that thought about retirement. But Cejudo already put it out there. There is a number to reel me back in. Yeah, I want to start a family. Yeah, I really want to do this. Yeah, I want to do that. But he said this so many times in one word. I don't know if you've watched the conference, but he said, "I've been selfish to myself." This guy with an extra 0 will carry on being selfish and tell the girl, "Hold on, yeah, let me make this change, yeah, so we're set for life, yeah." And then we can bring some kids into the world.
All right. Let me make a different argument because you guys don't seem to get my
I personally think Abdulaziz is gonna go back in there with Dana and say, "Listen, you see what the boys dropped on you, yeah? You see what he's dropped on you. Now, what can we do to get him back in? How much money are you prepared to put on the table to bring him back in?"
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying in a nutshell. Yeah. Would the UFC miss Cejudo if he's gone?
Yes, they would. Because he's cutting promos. It's not just fucking making
Let's be real. Let's be real. Chig, let's be real. Would the UFC miss?
To me, you're talking about someone who you're talking about Cejudo. He fought Demetrius Johnson the first time. He's clearly reinvented himself to the point where, love him or hate him, people want to tune in to watch him get his ass beat.
Cool,
that's exactly what Cody. That's
exactly
what
Cody. Exactly that.
Cool. Will the UFC miss him whilst he's gone?
We don't know what he's selling, Will. So it's impossible to be able to say that.
And who else is doing what he's doing in that division? Who else is doing it?
From my perspective, when you look at where he's positioned every time he fights, we're talking about someone that's at least chief support, if not main event. So clearly they like him enough. They see the value enough.
No one still answered my question. Will the UFC miss him?
Ultimately, unless you hear news that Cejudo tomorrow has retired, because Dana said if we get a call on Monday and Cejudo vacates the belt, Tuesday we'll make a fight for the vacant belt. So unless you hear that, then your question will be answered. Your question will be answered tomorrow.
Wasn't Dana saying about Peter Yan making a fight with Peter Yan?
This is what I'm just trying to say. It was the same conversation. He said, listen, if Cejudo tells me on Monday he's gone, Tuesday we make a fight. The question then came in and said, all right, well, if he does go, and on Tuesday you have that conversation, who are you thinking? Are you thinking Sterling and Yan? He said, Yan will definitely be fighting for that belt, as if Sterling for some reason doesn't exist, right? That was the whole conversation. So really, in answer to your question, we don't know the value that Cejudo has to the company until tomorrow comes. They'll
have to bring that value to the table.
Tomorrow comes and goes, and we hear Cejudo has relinquished the belt because he's retired.
I like your political answer, but what do you mean political?
This is common sense. This is common sense, bro. This is common sense. This is common sense. You're saying that if the company
sometimes William and common sense don't roll in the same sentence.
Hold on. If the company doesn't
I really don't get why you don't get this easy thing. I said if Cejudo retires, if he retires.
Hold on. If the company
we're wondering if he retires.
No, bro. If the company hasn't valued him, if the company doesn't value him, they're not going to offer him a contract. You can't say to me that they offered him a contract on Monday, he accepts,
when that logic was put to
the company really miss him. The company have obviously missed him, which is why they've offered him a contract.
When that logic was put to Dana, what did he say? The next day we'll make a fight. For the fact that he said the next day we'll make a fight means we don't value you as much. It's not like we'll talk about it, we'll sit down and talk about it because retirement is a big thing, or this is that, the third. No, bro, not like that.
How many times do you hear Dana talking about negotiating with a contract in public? Very rarely. Point me to occasions where Dana said,
how many times has John Jones lost a belt? How many times has John Jones lost a belt?
Bro, you can't compare John Jones and someone that just reinvented their character. You can't do that. We're talking about someone who has been the best for the last 10 years versus someone that has literally reinvented themselves, in the last 2 years? It's not comparable. What are we talking about here? It's not comparable at all. We're talking about someone who has literally reinvented themselves in order to try and make themselves marketable. And guess what? It's worked, because 2 years ago, I didn't know who the fuck Cejudo was. Bear in mind, I'm the casual here when it comes to MMA. I don't know who Cejudo was. Now I know who the fuck he is. That's the difference. Surely it's working. So if tomorrow he's now offered a contract, clearly the company value him enough, say, okay, well, boy, he's enough of a commodity. We've got to make sure we keep him. And then they offer him the contract to keep him. It's as simple as that. Surely.
Okay, whatever you guys say. Whatever you guys say. Because nobody gets what I'm saying. You're speaking of, if. I'm saying, if it happens, if Cejudo retires now, do you think the UFC are going to think, oh, God, he's gone. Let's try and offer him this contract. Do you lot think that? That's a question.
They will. Moving on swiftly.
You don't think they'll offer it? They'll offer Cejudo money?
Just like your name, they will.
Whether they get to his number or not is another question.
That's what I'm trying to say. Do you think they'll bow to him? Do you think UFC will bow to him? His number.
Why are you asking the same questions about 15 times, blood? We're already both
Because
giving
no
you
one's
answers,
answered it.
blood.
Because everybody's done. Everyone
Let
said
me answer your
everything
question.
but answer it.
Let me answer your question. If somebody, let's say a job offers you, they really want you, and they offer you money, but you clearly think that you are worth more money. So
You
they
guys have
improve
just
that.
said. You
They
guys have just sat
improve
down
that
and said
offer.
UFC don't even like him.
Wait.
UFC have
They
showed that they
improve
don't
that
like him.
offer.
You guys have said it yourselves.
They improve that offer, and you still don't want to accept. Does that mean the company don't value you, or does that mean that you are outpricing yourself?
Do you guys listen to yourselves?
That's a simple question.
You guys started with, right? You guys started with.
Don't forget Chig is in HR, you know.
It looks
the man knows exactly what he's talking about, you know.
I know. Hang on. I still got it. You started with, in the UFC, it looks like Cejudo's not really liked in there. It looked from the politics and that, it looks like, and I said, so if he goes from you guys saying all of that, do you believe the UFC will bow down and give him what he wants to come back?
No, what the whole thing that I said was that hopefully, I even started this conversation with this sentence. A fight like yesterday will make him realize that, they have a commodity in Henry Cejudo. We don't want him to go anywhere. Maybe they didn't think that he would actually leave or actually retire, because he obviously is under contract to UFC. We don't want him to go and make money for WWE, because that's the only thing I could see him realistically doing, to make money, because he's an actual wrestler. So he would transition over into that business, I think, pretty well, right? So they might say to himself, all right, Henry, gosh, we didn't realize you were about this life. Cool. We want to keep you. What is your number? Maybe we can come to some sort of understanding. That's the way business works.
I know, and a lot of it, but like I said, does it sound like? And I said, no. You see, that's the point. I get how business works, but does it sound like UFC wants to keep him?
Well, it depends as well.
Point.
Yeah, hold on.
Does it sound, from everything you guys have said, and
forget what we've said. Hold on.
UFC wants to keep him. You're saying, from your point of view, he looks like someone UFC should look at and try and keep. And
it depends how serious
he wants to keep him, though.
Bro, stop asking the same fucking question, man. Let me answer the same question you asked about 10 times, blood. Yeah, it depends how serious Cejudo is as well about retiring, because not all of this is down to UFC. If Cejudo is really serious about raising a family, if he's really serious, nobody knows until when we get there on Tuesday. No one knows. Nobody knows.
That. I'm saying, we'll find out soon. If it comes out today, and says, I've retired, do you think the UFC will look back at him and go, actually, let's talk about numbers now? Do you guys think that with the history with the facts you guys have laid down?
Who cares?
Not on a premise of what he did last night, not on a premise of what could happen. What is the facts of what is? Do you think the UFC?
We don't know yet. We don't have an answer to that yet, because it's not happened yet.
That's what I'm trying to say.
We don't know. We'll have an answer on Tuesday.
So maybe I'm being dumb, but I don't really understand the question. He's already said that he's going to retire. So your question is he going to go? Are UFC going to approach him tomorrow with a better offer? We don't know.
No, I'm saying when the retirement comes, do you think UFC will think, oh shit, let's go? We need to talk to him now. We need to have and see whether we can match his numbers, or would you think they're going, let's make the next fight? Come on, let's make the next. Let's see how it's going. Come on, and who's next?
It's highly unlikely that if UFC, and I would say this for any fighter, the UFC really wanted to keep a fighter, they're not going to let him go first to then reapproach him. They're going to try and negotiate with him as much as possible until the very last minute, and then if they feel like he's not worth the money, then he'll go. It's as simple as that. I don't see them doing that to anyone, though. Like Francis said yesterday, he has 2 fights in his contract left. To me, they would be absolutely ridiculous to think this way. But if they said to themselves, Francis ain't worth all this money, we'll let him go, and then a couple of months later, they won't reapproach him because he would have signed somewhere else. So they'll try and negotiate with him as much as humanly possible to the very last minute. And if they really think to themselves, well, we can't come to Henry's number, he's not prepared to come to us, so I guess we just have to let him go, and what will be will be. And that's all they can do. Of course, that's all they can do.
Okay.
That's how business works, man.
Okay.
Moving on swiftly.
Yeah.
All right.
Move on.
Main event.
Justin.
This is where I lost a second bet of money. Time to Ola. I
tried to 419 that fucking Pettis, but you walked right into my pocket, and I thought, you know what? Thank you very much, Mr. Chig. You get me? I will take that money.
By the way, people wondering when I'm going to pay these two. Hey, these not going to have to wait. So
We're cool.
Tony Ferguson versus Justin Gaethje. And I must admit, I hate giving Ola credit. I have to give Ola credit. Reason being, not only did he make the pick right, but actually on reflection, everything he said was accurate. When you really think about it, Ola was talking about the fact that, you know, Tony's had 2 weight cuts. That could have a bearing. To me, it looked like it had a bearing. He looked slower. He looked lethargic. He didn't look himself. The only thing I'll give Tony, my word, this boy has a granite chin. Because I'm not going to lie, after a while, I'm not really I'm not a squeamish person. It was difficult to watch. Yeah, I mean, I know Tony was vexed that Werdum stopped it. To be honest, he could have stopped that a good 2 minutes before. It was getting pretty difficult to watch. To the point, it just Justin Gaethje from the off just fought the perfect fight. He just thought, fuck this. I'm just going to take it to him. And every over the top right hand and every left hook was just finding Tony. I don't know what happened to Tony's movement. Usually it's so on point. I know sometimes he gets tagged early on, but as he goes through a fight, normally his movement gets a lot better. Nothing was working. And actually, when I really reflected in the build-up, Tony was nowhere near confident taking on Justin as he was taking on Khabib.
That's why I chose Justin.
I should have realized that.
Because I said that in my prediction.
His whole energy changed. And I really wish I listened to that part myself, because when I really reflect, he was talking about how much respect he has for Justin and how he's an Olympic wrestler.
I said that.
And how he's this and he's that. I thought to myself, wow, this guy does not sound confident, you know? And
I said that.
We can now see why. And Justin wins another fight without ever having to use his wrestling skills. I don't know how this boy is doing it.
Another one. He's a wrestler that knocks people out. You know, he's been doing it for so long, 22-2. That's his stats in the MMA. And I made a little bit of a MMA math in the last show. I didn't really want to go there with it, but I did say, if you look at how Michael Johnson actually beat up Tony, he's the only one that beat up Tony Ferguson.
Yeah, he did.
And, you know, go back and look at it. Justin actually did beat Michael Johnson as well. So when you look at for me, I still think the way, look, Dana's been in this business a long fucking time. He's seen all types of people. He came out and said it. He said it. You can't fucking cut weight twice in 1 month. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Even Justin said, I'd never do that. Like, it's absolutely mind-blowing. For me, the fact that he attempted it, obviously he's trying to prove something to the world, but he's paid a heavy price for it. And I feel so bad for Tony. I really, really do feel bad for him, yeah? Because look, this guy hasn't lost in 8 years, 12-win streak. You know, you don't, in the lightweight division, you don't get that. There's a lot of savages in that division. There's a lot of people that they'll just turn your lights off just like that. And he's walked through a lot of people to get to where he is. And obviously he wanted to give us a fight. Salute to him for stepping up and giving us the fight. But I don't think that idiot fucking weight cut that he done 2-3 weeks ago, I said on this show so many times, that shit's gonna come back and hunt him. And he might say it had nothing to do with it. People might try and stick up for him, but it's a factor. You can't deny it, because you are putting your body through some crazy shit when you weight cutting. Doing it once is bad enough, but doing it twice in 1 month, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it was foolhardy. And for what?
Anybody else that doesn't move the way Tony does would probably look worse in this fight than Tony did. The only thing that carried Tony through is his mindset and his grit. That's what got him through this fight for as long as it did. But I think that weight cut actually done him no favors at all.
Yeah. How about you, Will? I mean, what did you think of the fight? Was anything that surprised you? I was surprised Tony got stopped at the end. But then I agreed with the stoppage. I know some people didn't. I agreed. I thought Herb Dean really stopped it perfectly. I know it was a jab that stopped him, but man, the punishment he took in the lead up to that stoppage, oh gosh, it was horrible. What do you think?
Hard to watch as well. It's a great fight, and I take two things from this. I still think Khabib cannot do what Justin did. I don't care what anyone says. That's why I said to you guys, I feel like Justin is more dangerous for Ferguson.
Before Ola huffs and puffs, to be honest, I agree. That type of performance, I agree. You don't see Khabib doing that. You don't.
Nah,
Can I just
anything? It'll be wrestling.
When you spoke,
can I put a rebuttal?
No. When you spoke, I didn't say.
No, fuck you, man. I'm putting my rebuttal anyway. One name, Dustin Poirier. When he finished Max Holloway, yeah, everybody said, "Oh shit, this is the guy that's gonna take out Khabib. This is the guy that's gonna do this. This is the." They all say that. No, there's
Max
no big
Holloway
difference.
tagged him loads of times. There's
no big difference because Dustin Poirier, Poirier beat Justin? Did he not beat Justin Gaethje? Are you stupid, blood? Did you not beat Justin Gaethje? Did you see the way he beat Justin Gaethje?
No. Different fight.
Stop your noise, yeah? I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now, yeah? Hold on.
Styles makes fights, so shut up.
What do you mean Styles makes fights? Them two man got similar
so
stuff.
shut up and go.
Them two man have similar stuff.
Shut up and go back in
Justin,
your cave. Back in your cave.
Justin and Dustin, yeah? Right? Golden Glove, Dustin is. Golden Glove winner. It's a fucking boxer, yeah?
It's my goal. It's my goal. Back in your cave, please. Back in your cave. Back there.
Yeah, dickhead, man. Carry on, blood.
Thank you very much. Okay. Back to what I was saying.
Dustin Poirier is a beast. Yeah, go look on Dustin Poirier, yeah. Everybody said he couldn't do it. And look what happened.
Listen,
Khabib done his dance. He's gonna do Justin as well, yeah. Justin's gonna get done. But dominance MMA though. Dominance MMA. Stand up. Dominance MMA.
He's wearing a Khabib shirt, yeah, and was drinking proper 12. He's wearing a Khabib shirt and was drinking proper 12.
I'm a fight fan first, but I'm a fight fan first. I like did you see that? This is nice,
bro. Hate you for that right now.
Yeah,
go back.
Especially if you find out you were also a Muslim on top of it, it'll be like, wait,
I know,
what?
And he's a Muslim too. Yeah. Yeah, not practicing. But I always felt like he was more. As I said, that's why I chose Gaethje. And also, Chig, if you go right back, I also said to you, I feel like Gaethje would dismantle Conor. I've always said this for a very, very long time.
Me too. That's why Conor's smart. Conor don't call the name of people where he knows he'll get. That's why he doesn't call Tony's name. He don't call Justin's name. He knows.
Exactly.
And people exactly. And if Khabib never had the title, he wouldn't call Khabib's name.
Exactly.
He knows.
Exactly. What I'm trying to say to you, Gaethje, yeah, like I said, the two people who beat him, look at them. Look at what they look like, yeah, when they beat him. Yeah, True. Look at what they look like. Look at Eddie Alvarez and look at Dustin Poirier. Look what they look like after.
No, both.
That's what you.
And to be fair, Poirier from time has been saying Gaethje will beat Ferguson. From time, Poirier has been saying that. He's been saying that for a good couple of months. That he feels that the one person other than Khabib that would probably beat Ferguson
is solid.
Is Gaethje, because he feels that
Gaethje is solid.
Gaethje's game, but for me, he's the most improved lightweight in the last 18 months.
Difference,
100%. I agree with that.
Another reason why I chose him. Another reason why I chose Gaethje over Tony, is because Gaethje is more solid, and they're the same kind of fighters, but Gaethje is more solid. As you can see, the punches as they come, bang, bang, bang. Tony is more flow through, elbow through, cut you, like, you know, it's all through, like all, you know, like a snake rather than a bull. Do you get what I mean? Justin comes like a bull. Yeah, my man comes like a snake, hits you like a little cobra. Hitting you there, hitting you there.
I got bone to pick with you as well, man. I got bone to pick with you as well, blood. Yeah, I got bone to pick with you, fam. So you come out here and you come on fucking platform like this and say that Tony is gonna be the first guy to cut Khabib's face. He didn't even fucking get anywhere near Justin's face, blood.
Like I said, Khabib,
blood. And you're gonna fucking tell me. Khabib has never been cut, blood. You know what I mean?
Khabib cannot fight like Gaethje. Khabib cannot fight like Gaethje.
How
many
saying,
punches do you think Khabib can
Tony
throw
didn't
to
do
throw
shit, blood.
Tony off? How many punches do you think Khabib can throw to put Tony off? Because all he was doing was putting Tony off. He was making Tony think about coming in. Tony was still coming. Remember this. Tony was still coming. You think Khabib can keep that up for 5 rounds?
Yeah, dumb as you look. If you don't think Khabib can keep something up for 25 minutes, you're a little bit stupid like Tony, man. I've been saying this for
Styles make fights, Ola.
Let me ask you something, Will.
Can you keep it up for 25 minutes?
I already know Ola's answer to this. So let me ask you this, Will. Who's a worse star matchup for Khabib? Justin or Tony?
Yeah,
I still think Tony.
I think Justin, actually. I think Justin.
Do you know why?
And me, like Khabib, will say no comments.
Yeah. Do you know why? Do you know why I think Tony? Because Khabib has fought every thingy kind of fighter, every cagey kind of fighter. Everybody's coming to smash him. Everybody's coming to smash him. Tony's not the smashing fighter. Tony's looking for him to recoil his body around you or something. Like I said, every strength Khabib has plays into Tony's strength. Every strength, like the going down, taking him down. Tony likes laying on his back. Do you get what I'm saying? Everything that Khabib does.
This is a fair point
into Tony's strength
that Dan made, because there was a point in the fight where Tony rocked Justin. You know, end of that second round.
The second round uppercut.
Big uppercut. Yeah. And if there was maybe 5-10 seconds at the end of that round, it would have been interesting to see.
It would have been interesting. Absolutely.
But other than
nothing would have happened. No. Justin would have stepped back. Watch him. Every time
I think he would have retreated, because he did look like he was retreating, albeit wobbling, but retreating. And I feel like I don't know. Other than that, to be honest, he fought the perfect fight. I was very impressed with Gaethje.
He became the perfect counter puncher in that fight. He was always reacting off of. It was everything off of what Tony did. Tony comes for it, bang. Comes for it, bang. Comes for it, bang.
Do you know what?
Do much.
It was a similar performance to Usman against Colby. Very, very similar in the sense that he wasn't really focusing on like quick punches, but he was focusing on hard punches, accurate punches. So every time he came forward, bang, bang, change his angle, change his movement. I was so, as much as I loved Francis's quick knockout, to me it was my favorite performance of the night. It was a masterclass on how to fight.
Yeah, he could have missed. This is why I think he's a bad matchup for Conor. I've been saying this for a long time. I think most bad matchup for Conor.
I think most of them. I think the only one that might struggle with him, only because he's lost to Conor before, is Poirier. But then Poirier's much improved since that first fight, so who knows? But yeah, I think I'm very, very impressed. Very much looking forward to that fight. Dana's talking about a quick turnaround for that fight as well. So it'll be interesting. Maybe September, I would imagine.
September is a good time.
I imagine, because obviously I think Ramadan ends 23rd of May. So, and there's usually a couple of weeks kind of rest and chill and adjustment, and then maybe a couple of months training camp. I think September will probably be a good time for that.
I mean, Justin's already said it. He needs a 3-month camp. He needs a full 3-month camp. He said this is not like Khabib. He knows Khabib. He respects him so much. He's come and said it. He's already said it. Dominance MMA, man. Stand up, Abdulaziz. Yeah. Stand up, man. Dominance MMA. But check this out. He knows.
Say that whilst you're drinking proper 12.
So he knows what the score is.
12 next to you. Put proper 12 next to you whilst you say dominance MMA. Go on. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I dare you. I dare you.
Yeah, dickhead, man. Yeah, the man respects Khabib so much. He knows what he's getting into, and he knows 2-month camp won't do it. He's come out publicly and said, listen, to even trying to get in there with Khabib, I need a full camp, 3 months. And that's what it's gonna take to get in there with Khabib. So yeah, September seems like a good time. Khabib has already put a date in September as well. So I think it'd be nice to see both of them dance. And ultimately,
Ali's gonna get paid twice for this.
Yeah,
twice.
Come on, man.
I think he's got
come
on,
man. That's what we're doing, because he's already come and said, listen, if I can't give you Khabib, I can give you the next best thing, Uncle Dana. You know what I mean? Here's Justin. Let him go and do the work. Khabib can't get there, but I got next brother for you right here, man. Justin, you go repeat.
So who the Morais? He got paid twice. So who the Morais?
You know what I mean? Go and get the job done. So dominance MMA, that's where it's at, man. That's where it's at.
Let me ask you a quick question. For Ferguson, where do you go from here?
Gatekeeper.
No, I don't think it's that. I don't think he's that low, man.
He's old. I told you guys the reason why I went off of him a little bit was because I look at his age. He's old.
He's 30.
He's old. Yeah, he's old. Yeah.
No, man, it's not 38. He's 36.
In that
man.
division,
you might give add a couple years his age. Yeah, he's 36. Right. It's not that fucking old. You know what I mean? He's 36. So the thing for me, I still stand by it. I think we get a better performance from Tony Ferguson that doesn't cut weight twice in 1 month. I could, you know what I mean? I could almost say that we get a much better Tony Ferguson that doesn't cut weight twice. For me, I don't know. Yeah, he needs a big name to get back in contention because this guy hasn't lost in 8 years. You know what I mean? So if he lost,
I think he's fucked for a long time. I think he's gonna stay out for a bit though, because if you watch,
he's not walking for a while. He's going. His knee
was fucked again.
He's not walking for a while.
And that's another reason why he couldn't really stand. He was getting the 4th round. He couldn't even punch. He was throwing a jab and like he was wincing while he was throwing a jab. Do you know what I mean? He was throwing a jab, wincing. So the fight was gonna end no matter what. And Justin didn't stop the leg kicks. The coaches saw that and they just went on it like leg kick, and Justin's went leg kick. This is what I'm saying. Conor, the leg kicks and Conor.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But
you see what I see Justin and Justin is the best at leg kicks. Watch all his fights. The first thing he does, leg kick. First thing, bang, leg kick.
Who's the best at catching leg kicks? Who's the best at catching leg kicks? And turning it into takedowns. Who's the best at catching leg kicks and turning that fucker into takedowns, blood? Are you mad, blood? Are you dumb, blood? Who's best at catching leg kicks and turning that shit into takedowns, blood? You know what I mean? Trust me, yeah. Don't bring that thing around my guy, you know. People gonna get slayed out here, blood. I'm telling you, blood. People gonna get slayed, man.
Now, obviously, I'll ask this question closer to the match, but finally, as we close this, very, very quick answer. Very quick answer. At this moment in time, Justin and Khabib, who wins? I'm going to let Ola go last. I'll give my opinion as well. You will. Genuinely, who wins?
Who, me or Ola?
You.
Me. Oh, Khabib.
You smart.
I'm going to go Khabib, but points. purely due to takedowns. Purely due to takedowns.
The only reason I say that is because he's fought the same kind of fighters before. Tony was the difference. Tony was the anomaly in all the fighters. He's now going to fight another Edson Barboza, another Michael.
He can wrestle
Johnson.
though. This is an Edison Barboza that can wrestle.
Another Michael Johnson, another Dustin Poirier, another. He's the same kind of fighter over and over again. Another wrestler. We'll give him what's the guy who RDS.
Okay.
Rafael.
RDA, you mean? Yeah.
RDA. Sorry, RDA. See, that's what I'm saying. He's fought them kind of guys before. Tony was the anomaly. Tony was the difference in all of them guys. And that's why I feel like he'll win this fight. And I think even Justin knows this. But Justin has a puncher's chance. A very, very good puncher's chance. Very, very good puncher's chance.
Prior to yesterday's match, sorry, I'll bring you in a second. Prior to yesterday's match, I'd have said people smashing. I was so impressed by Justin. For me, that gap has closed a bit. I still think Khabib wins. I don't think Khabib smashes. So, yeah, I think that's a testament to how good I thought Justin was yesterday. And I do think it is interesting that Justin has not used his wrestling yet. Almost like he's keeping it as a secret weapon. And like you, I'd give him a little bit more than a puncher's chance. I'd give him a real solid 40% chance here of winning. But I can't look past the undefeated champ. I can't do it. Ola?
For me, look, I can't. It's right here. I'm only rocking with one guy. You know what I mean?
Dominance.
But my dog in this fight, my dog in this fight is definitely Khabib. And look, Khabib is seen all type of fighters. And like you said, maybe Tony was the guy that might have given him problem because of his style, and maybe be able to fight a little bit better in his guard, because Khabib is going to get in there. Yeah. But we could see with Justin today, Justin didn't even take no chance of trying to get in there wrestling wise.
He didn't want to. He didn't want to.
He knows them dashes are there. And
but that's
it's one thing being able to defend them dashes.
Because people wrestle him.
You know, but then there's levels to this thing, innit? You know what I mean? Justin is a good wrestler. He's a damn good wrestler. We ain't even seen him use it yet. But we say Khabib use this all the time. This is his go-to. It's not going to change his plan for anyone else. It's not going to change his plan for Justin or Dustin, whichever, or Connor, whatever your name is. You're getting the same Khabib for 25 minutes, where he's going to grind and pound your ass for the whole time and tell you to quit while you're at it. This is what he does. He's the master at it, and he will do the same thing to Justin Gaethje. I'm saying it. I'm putting my neck on the line right now. He will absolutely do the same. Come with that leg kick. You're gonna catch that and just put him down and keep him there and just batter the hell out of him. Just look. He wanted his nose broken. Khabib will get that done for him. You know what I mean? And UFC can pay for that nose surgery.
I just want to add that for me, we saw what a prepared Justin does against Tony, but a really prepared Justin against Khabib is intriguing. So let's see. All right. Thank you, guys. We have done almost 2 hours of this review, going back and forth. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please do stick a like on this video. Notice we picked up a few subscribers from Friday. Brilliant. Thank you. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. We are here every single Friday. And if there's an event, we will do a review on a Sunday, just like this. We're literally going to get up out of here. Me and Ola, and I'm hoping Ola's still available, will be on Guna Eagle Eye in an hour's time. So make sure you do catch us then. And we'll literally just be talking all things Arsenal, like the football back.
You're not invited, William.
Don't worry, I'll be on the Man United one.
Big Will is a United fan.
I'll be on the United one.
So with you, we don't do them things there, but yeah, obviously when we play United, you know who's getting invited already. You already know. So make sure you catch us every single Friday on the Kombat channel. Please do subscribe. Please do hit the like on this video. And yeah, any last things, you guys?
It was a great event.
Fantastic card, great night. You know, the card was so deep. We enjoyed it, and it definitely delivered. On to Wednesday.
I got one thing to say.
Oh.
What do you call it? Can you take a picture of you with proper 12 and Khabib's name right next to you? Because really, I really want him to see what you're really like. Yeah, where you say you support him being a Muslim and all that, and then you drink the devil's juice. Seriously. But anyways.
Yeah, dickhead.
What's the only one that can make you change your face like that? Like, what is this motherfucker talking about?
What is a dickhead? I love you, though, but I love you.
I love you too, brother. I love you too, brother.
Oh my god! But so yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. We are up out of here. Our socials are in the description below. Make sure you catch that. And yeah, we out. Take care.
Salute.
Enjoy your Sunday evening. Peace.
Yes, sir.